welcome back everyone to Skincare and Beauty with Perky Perkins. So today I'm really excited because, as you guys read from my title, I'll be doing a collaboration with Chelsie Gainey. Chelsie was actually my last giveaway winner here on YouTube, and she had reached out to me about 2 weeks ago, roughly, maybe a little longer, and asked if I would like to do a collaboration. And she's been so supportive throughout my journey here on YouTube, and she's very, very sweet. And I said, you know, why not? That would be a lot of fun. I love doing collaborations, especially with someone that is so supportive as her. And so yeah, and we started brainstorming ideas, and I said, you know, I've been wanting to do another alphabet challenge. And if you guys don't remember, I did do one a few months back with Hey Amy, which I'll be linking up in the cards and down in the description. And it was so much fun trying to come up with ideas, especially being restricted. And just as last time, I had issues. I don't own any ColourPop, so I couldn't take the easy way out. I literally had to hunt and scavenger everywhere for products and palettes that begin with the letter C. Thankfully, I did just recently get the Charlotte Tilbury foundation in finishing powder. Otherwise, I wouldn't have anything that begins with the letter C. So it's always fun when you have a challenge to come up with a look when, you know, you got limiters basically. But as you can see, this is the look I created using only products which begin with the letter C. The only exception I have actually is my brows and my mascara. I didn't have anything that began with the letter C, so brow mascara and liner. Everything else was a product that began with the letter C, whether it was the brand name or the product itself name was beginning with the letter C. So if you're interested in seeing how I came up with this look with very, very tight knit limiters, make sure you keep on watching. But before you go any further, you guys know the drill. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, and if you guys like my video or you guys just like me, make sure you guys give me a big ol' thumbs up. This way YouTube sees that I'm getting engagements and boosts my videos, and hopefully does more recommendations. And also, once you're done watching my video, make sure you guys check out Chelsea's video. I did share her video on my community tab, so I have it linked there, and I'll also have her video linked down in the description. And lastly, do not forget, you guys have only a few days left to enter my giveaway. As a reminder, watching this video gives you an extra entry, but if you haven't entered the original video, you must go back and enter to that one to make sure that's your primary entry. This is just extra. But anyways, you guys, sit on back and let's begin this challenge. So I'm starting off with the Cover FX Blurring Primer. I just took about a dime size, and I'm only applying it on my T-zone where I have the most pores and texture basically. Next, I'm taking my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in shade 2 Neutral, and I actually applied 2 pumps and just dabbed it throughout my skin. And I'm just using a beauty blender or beauty sponge today for the application. I know that right now this shade's a little on the light side for me, but I had done a color match based off my winter tone. So next, I'm taking the Milani Conceal with the C and Perfect to basically cover up any dark spots or, you know, any problematic areas. And it's actually the tone of the foundation, so it just blended it out pretty well overall. Now, because it's a little bit thick, especially for summer, I took the Catrice Everyday Vacay Setting Mist and sprayed it around, which gives you more playing time with your concealers and it makes it smoother. Now with the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas, I literally scraped the barrel, you guys. I'm officially done with this base, but thankfully I have more. So I'm taking my beauty sponge and then just blending it out, making sure I have no creasing whatsoever. But I'm now taking my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder, and actually I'm gonna use that as my setting powder today, and that's in shade medium. And I'm just applying it everywhere and make sure nothing moves and it's set and nothing's tacky basically. Since I'm not gonna layer no more cream products, I am gonna switch over to a smaller motor brush, just like a highlight brush, and I'm doing my under eyes. And I'm also gonna set my eyeshadow base because lately I've been creasing a lot since my eyes are more hooded. And as you can tell, I did, dab it out. So I have both the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette and the Catrice California in a Box Bronzer Blush Palette. And I started off with the Catrice bronzer shade, the darker of the two. And as you can tell, it was very, very pink undertone. So I tried to blend it out to see if it would salvage it, but it didn't. It's just eh. So I went back with my old tried and true contour shade from the FX palette. That was, oof, I love that. I wore that shade down. It's actually my project pan right now, and I need to get back to that video and do an update for y'all. And then with the same Morphe brush, I just ran it down the center, contour of my nose. But don't worry, I know it looks a little bit crazy right now, but I'm gonna take the finishing powder actually from the FX palette and then just buff everything out and see how nice and smooth it blended it in, so saves it. Now I did like the two blush tones that the Catrice palette had, so I did apply those. It's a nice corally tone, and one is a diffuser shade, so it has a little bit of shimmer. And then I just ran it on the bridge of my nose as well, just to give you that sun-kissed look. Yeah, I like the blush a lot. Now I'm going to be using a combination of either the Colored Rain palette or the Essentials palette from Violet Voss. But right now I'm starting with the Colored Rain, that grayish purple tone, and I'm using that in my crease and just above it just to blend it all out. It's a nice starting color. I didn't know where to begin. Next, I took the Violet Voss Essentials palette and I'm using the cinnamon shade, and I'm putting it on the outer corner, and I'm using this really fine, kind of fluffier, detailed brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just building it up and blending it inward, about halfway in basically. And I do until I get it to the shade I'm happy with. Next, I'm taking the Ace Beauty Grandiose palette, and I'm taking that cinnamon shade and I'm applying it with the Luxie brush, and I'm just packing it on the inner corner, kind of making my eye shape more rounded out. And I did that to both eyes until I'm happy with it. Now back to the Violet Voss palette, I'm taking the shade Cream, and it's a really pretty shimmer shade, and I just focused it on the center of my eye, giving me more of a halo look basically, and I just built it up until I was happy with it. Now back to the Colored Rain palette in that grayish purple tone. I just used that to blend it out since I really didn't have any blending shades I could use, so I was very, very light-handed with that shade so that it didn't go too crazy. Now back to the cream shade from the Violet Voss palette, and I used that to highlight my brow bone, my inner corner. I attempted, sorry, not the inner corner, but I attempted the bridge of my nose, and I ended up with the powder and cleaning it up. So now I'm taking the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Setting Mist and just make sure everything's nice and locked in. And now I'm taking the Benefit Cosmetic Cheek Leader palette, and I used the shade Cookie for my highlight. That shade was way more poppin', and it's gorgeous. Ugh, I haven't used it in a minute. So now I'm taking my Gerard Cosmetics Sheer Lip Liner to line out my lips, so this way it gives you a nice, like, fuller look. Now I'm taking the Hank & Henry Lip Aesthetics in Comadre, and I'm using that to, of course, fill in my lips, and it's a nice nudie tone with the pink under. Now back for my under eyes, I took back that cinnamon shade in the Grandiose palette just to buff it out. I didn't show the liner since that was not in the letter C. You know, I'm just buffing it out, make sure it's nicely blended because we don't want no crazy eyes, you know. Now back to the cream shade, and I'm popping it on the lower portion of my inner corner just to make it pop a little bit, and I really did like how that shade pops. I really need to use the Essentials palette more often from Violet Voss. I don't think I've touched it since the last collab I've done. Next, I'm taking the Gerard Cosmetics Candy Apple gloss, and I just dabbed it on. So now that I'm done with the look, I'm going to get off camera, finish my eyes, and I'll be right back. And I'm done, you guys. So overall, I think my look came out pretty good, even though I was actually limited on the items I actually own, which began with the letter C. I made it come through. I mean, I guess you could say it like, this is like a very nice neutral look. It didn't come out all crazy and stuff like that, like I've seen in the past. I'm very glad the way it came out. I will say that. Let me just say that. Again, make sure you guys go check out Chelsea's channel and her video. It was so sweet of her to ask me to collaborate with her. And as a reminder, you guys, she was actually my giveaway winner from the last one that I had. So of course I wanted to say yes to her because she's been so supportive of me and my channel that you know, it was fun, and I'm always up for a good, fun collaboration video, especially someone that is so supportive just like her. So again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Again, because I did have to do a voiceover due to, as you can see, you could probably hear it, but there's a lot of background noise. So yeah, so leave a comment below what you guys think of the look. I will leave a detailed list of all the products that I used, and I do have links for some of the products. So if you guys are interested in using those, I will make sure to note what is an affiliate link and what's just a regular company link, basically. But anyways, thank you all so very much for watching my video today. And again, if you haven't entered my active giveaway, make sure you do. I will have a link up above. And if you haven't checked out my review on the Wayne Goss Imperial palette, do so. Wayne Goss actually commented on my video. Oh, I nearly died. I was crying like most of the day. So anyways, thank you all so much. I love you. Take care. And stay tuned because I'll be doing a live here very soon with my friend April Butcher here on YouTube. So anyways, goodbye and take care.